Your summer makeup is not ruined, it just needs the right reset. If your mascara has printed on your hooded lids, your eyeshadow has creased, your foundation has disappeared around the pores, and everything has collected near the wings of the nose, please don't wipe it all off. Today I'll show you how to refresh makeup after a very long, hot day, how to reapply SPF over the makeup, and how to turn tired daytime makeup into a rich chocolate bronze summery eye. Let's fix it. First, we need to bring freshness back under the eyes. I'm using a moisturizing concealer, and this is important because after a hot day, the skin can look dry in some areas and oily in others. Even if you apply generous layers, don't panic. A good lightweight moisturizing concealer absorbs beautifully and leaves only a thin veil of pigment. Look, it will be fast. So I blend back and forth first, and then I use soft sweeping motions over the same area. I also blend it slightly into the blush placement, so there is no separate concealer zone sitting on the face. And now look at this lifting line. This is important. Actually, we are creating an illusion of depth here. It should continue from the lower lash line toward the temple, connecting softly with the highest point of the cheek. I actually recommend to use a synthetic brush here. It melts the product into the skin beautifully, like butter. I love this. And now let's go down to the nose area. This is the hardest part actually. So this is where foundation loves to collect, like attracts like. So I use a similar creamy texture, just lighter, to mix with the foundation that is already there. And the two textures blend together and even each other out. Then I press my fingers over the fresh layer. This helps everything settle into the skin. Let's move on to the lipstick. This shade is so flattering on so many different skin undertones. I've pinned another video with the lip combinations and swatches, so you can see how it looks in different pairings. The texture is very easy to work with, and because the formula has that blurry finish, you'll see how beautifully it softens the look of pores. Yes. Important note, if you are acne prone or very sensitive, just be careful with the lipstick as a blush. Some lipsticks should stay lipsticks. But personally, I haven't had problems with this one, and I've even worn it during workouts as a blush. So I apply it to the highest points of my face, because today I want that soft sunburnt effect. It feels naive, fresh, and summery. And it balances beautifully with the rich chocolate eye makeup we are going to create, actually. So this combination is gorgeous. Innocent skin, bronze, sparkling eyes. Love it. Okay, let's move on. Now I take a lip liner and add a little dab around the lips. Nothing too dark, just soft sculpting. And I apply it gently around the lip line, then blend it with my fingertips or with the back of the pencil if I need more precision. So then I press the lips together and smudge them slightly to make everything look softer. Now, let's use the same color idea for the eyes, but professionally. I recommend using an eye-safe pencil for this step. Please don't use the same pencil on the lips and eyes because of bacteria. And if your eyes are sensitive, skip this part completely or use a proper eye pencil in a similar soft chocolate shade. Think of this as a creamy eyeshadow base. I actually apply it all over my mobile lid, slightly above the crease, directly on top of the old eyeshadow from the morning. Yes, and this is a perfect way to transform tired makeup instead of removing everything. Let's be realistic, we don't have time for that every day, right? Then I take a small synthetic brush and blend only the edge, moving side to side. That's it. Don't overblend the whole lid. We need the pencil to stay there because it will work as a grip for the bronze shadow. Bronze eyeshadow transformation. Now I am taking this bronze eyeshadow, so still one of my huge loves. I picked up with a big flat brush and you can see it doesn't fall everywhere because now it has something to stick to. So the pencil underneath is our grip, and this bronze shade instantly enhances the eye color. Look at how the eyes appear lighter, greener, even a little bluish today because this tone. I definitely will recommend this eyeshadow palette for all eye colors, and especially for brown eyes. If you want that golden bronze summer eye, we can absolutely go for sparkle. And of course, the OG sparkling gold eyeshadow is the one from Bobbi Brown and the true legend in the makeup industry. I always recommend applying sparkle with your fingertip. It gives you better control and helps avoid glitter falling under the eyes. Let's look closer. This is the best part. That satisfying moment when you can't stop adding just a little more shine. Summer makeup forgives us for that. Now mascara. So for very hot days, long days, and even workouts, I love this one because it is one of the only mascaras that survives on my hooded lids. So I use black or brown, but when I choose brown, I want a true brown, not orange, not red, just beautiful neutral brown. And that's exactly what I need. I apply it as a second layer over the dry lashes, and it covers the black lashes beautifully. And look how pigmented it is, and how fluffy the lashes still look even after layering. To open up the eyes and make them look bigger, I also apply mascara to the lower lashes. And if you make a tiny mistake, don't stress. Because it's brown, it looks much softer and easier to fix. Next, let's fill the empty gaps in the brows. I use a brow marker and create tiny hair-like strokes. I start with the most visible spare areas, then move to the tail of the brow. And only then, at the very end, I add a few light sweeping strokes at the very beginning just to make the brow look fuller and, I guess, a little bit fluffier, just to open up the eyes. Then I set everything with a brow gel. This is not only about holding the hair, the gel also creates a light cast that helps hold the color underneath. I brush the brows properly with the long bristle sides, so I don't disturb the marker too much with the shorter bristles. Now let's take down the shine from the moisturizing concealer and refresh the face. This product is like 2-in-1, brush and powder. The powder also has SPF 35, which makes it useful for refreshing sun protection over the makeup. But this doesn't mean we can skip proper SPF underneath, right? The first step before makeup should always be an SPF cream. SPF in powder or foundation, it's just not enough on its own. I like this powder because it gives a cloud skin effect, soft focus, natural radiance, not flat matte, and the skin still looks alive and healthy. Beauty hack. Here's how you can understand if a powder will avoid emphasizing wrinkles and pores. Look at the formula. If the powder flies up after the first touch, it's usually very lightweight. It will sit like a veil over the skin instead of sinking heavily into the texture. And here's my favorite little trick before going out. Take a small amount of powder on your hands and apply it to the inner corners of the eyes. And then repeat the same on the area where your sunglasses touches the face. Also, additionally, you can do the same with the sunglasses. So when you take the glasses off, you won't see those empty marks and gaps in the makeup. I promise you sunset blush, so let's do it. First, I'll show you the map. Start with a cool tone blush and apply it to the highest point of the cheek. Then take an orange blush and apply it higher, featuring it toward the temple. And this creates a lifted, sun-kissed effect. Then take two highlighters. The lighter golden shade goes above the cool toned blush. The deeper golden shade goes above the orange blush. Look at the close-up. This is the blush and highlighter mapping. But don't blend it one part at a time. It can become messy, so I'm only showing you a placement map first, and now let's do the other side properly. I apply the cool tone baby pink blush first. For camera, I'll apply a second layer so you can see it clearly, but in real life I would probably stop after the first layer. Then I apply the orange blush, just higher and closer to the temple. Now dab, dab, dab many times until there is no visible borders between the cool toned and warm toned blushes. And then I add the golden highlighter. Look at how smooth that transition is. This is lightweight, glowing, summer makeup. Nothing heavy, nothing cakey, nothing uncomfortable in the heat. And this is the final look. The base looks fresh again, the pores look softer, and eyes are transformed into that rich chocolate brown sparkle, and the skin still feels light. I don't feel heavy makeup on the face at all. This is exactly how I like summer makeup. Practical, polished, glowing, and still a little bit magical. Now, tell me in the comments which part would you use first? The concealer refresh, the powder SPF trick, or the sunset blush mapping? And if you want more real professional makeup fixes like this, subscribe to my channel, save the video, and send it to your friend whose makeup melts every summer. Bye!